Hello, Facebook. Happy Saturday. How are you? I just love how my hair like blends in with the cabinets behind me. Kind of cracks me up. I need a better place to go do these lives in my house. It's actually a really pretty day, and I didn't look to see what the temperature was, but I've got windows open. I had the blinds open, and then I even opened up some windows, so the sun doesn't look like it's quite as bright right now, but it was pretty nice there for a while. Hello, Stephanie. It was pretty nice, and so I thought I was going to, kind of like ventilate the house anytime you can. Hello, Leslie. Thanks for joining. All right, so today we're going to talk about part 2 of the Prioritizing Goals series that we talked about last Saturday. So I know, Stephanie, you watched the live. So anyway, if you guys haven't watched the first live, I suggest you going back because you are going to need some of the homework that I gave you from that one for this one. But anyway, so just to recap, hey, Ed. Just to recap real quick, so just remember when we were talking about goals, number one, a goal is something that does not require others. So even though I've had some different goals for like my company, some of them do require other people, to do certain things. So I've realized that those aren't really the best goals for me to have. I kind of had to rethink like the way I thought about them and the way I go at them. But okay, so just a refresher, and if you didn't watch, like I said, last week's. So we were talking about an acronym called SMART, so SMART goals. And a SMART goal would be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So when you really think about them, it's not just, like we said, I want to lose 5 pounds. That's not a SMART goal. But anyway, I did give you guys some homework, and the homework they didn't have to be SMART goals. I just wanted you to brain dump in there, and a few of you did, and hopefully some more of you wrote them down. Hello, Anoa, how are you? So I just wanted you to brain dump like all your goals, whether they met the acronym or not. Just, what are your goals for, whether it be all of 2019, maybe it was just going to be February, whatever it is, like what were your goals? So hopefully you guys have those written down because here's where we're going to dive into the next part. We're going to now sort those goals into 5 different categories, okay? And somebody, if you guys would help me out, jot these down in the comments. That helps everybody coming in later. So number 1, we're going to sort them into professional development. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. So number 1 would be professional development. Number 2 would be personal development. Number 3, health and fitness. And I know this time of year there's a lot of those. Number 4, your hobbies. And if you're like me, you got to really think about those. And number 5, your finances. All right, so we'll go over those again real quick. And like I said, if somebody would jot these down in there. Professional development, personal development, health and fitness, hobbies, and finances. All right, so now we're going to take those 5 categories and we're going to go a little bit deeper. So, and you might not have all 5 categories, and that's okay. All right, because you may have, 4 or 5 in the health and fitness or in personal development or whatever, and that's okay. You don't have to have all 5 categories, but whatever those goals you had, let's just put them wherever they belong in those 5 categories. And then we're going to go a little bit deeper. So now you're going to take those goals and you're going to answer these questions. Number 1, which goals would be easiest to achieve? Okay. Number 2, which goals would be most important to me? Number 3, which goals would improve my life the most? And number 4, which goals are the most realistic? And again, it helps if you guys put these down in the comments for me. So we'll go over them again in case you guys are, writing these down. So number 1, which goals would be easiest to achieve? Number 2, which goals would be most important to me? Number 3, which goals would improve my life the most? And number 4, which goals are the most realistic? Because remember, we're talking these acronyms, so we're talking not just I want to lose 5 pounds. We're now starting to want them to match, with that SMART acronym. And then just so you guys know, I worked all of 2018 on balance, and I truly believe the more and more I researched and the more and more I felt I tried to do it, I think balance is a myth. I really do. I think something always has to give. Can't type that fast. Sorry, Ed. We can go back over them too if you want the top part or the second part. But balance really is a myth. I said this for a long time, and something always had to give. And when I was doing like the gymnastics for my daughter, and people would say, gosh, you're just awesome. You're doing this, you're that. You work a full-time job, you work a part-time job, you're there for your kids, you do this, you do that. I don't know how you do it all. you do all those things, but something had to give. And my health was what gave at that point in my life. At that point, I got the heaviest I'd ever been. I wasn't working out. I wasn't doing any personal development. I had completely just left me in the back burner. Something did have to give, and something always has to give. No matter how good we're getting at doing all this, you guys, don't get so wrapped up on trying to achieve it all. I don't know if anybody watched, I did a quick little live this week on something that I had watched from another friend when we were talking about goals. So number one was, of those, I'll go over those just real quick. There was 3 quick little tips, but number one was don't try to do too much. It was like how everybody talks about, January 1st, they're like, they threw everything in their house away, right? And they, everything that was bad, and they were just going to cut out sugar and cut out carbs and, work out every single day. And it was just too much. And you feel like, whoa, like I'm such a failure, I'm a loser. And that's where we I'm talking about the balance. Like there is too much. If you try to tackle all of the things all at once, you will get weighed down and you will feel like you're a loser or a failure. And that's not where we want to go with this. So we're going to break them up into baby steps, okay? So of those 3 things, that was one thing I said is just tackle one thing first. If it was all about, eating right and whatever, let's just cut out sugar or just cut out soda, but like baby steps. So anyway, don't hold yourself. Yes, baby step stuff. So, don't be so hard on yourself if you're not getting it all. You guys, I'll be honest with you right now. I'll tell you, this isn't in my notes and I don't think I even put it on there, but okay. So for January's goals, you guys want to know how many of my goals I actually hit? This many, 1. And it was the one that I did say the other day on Facebook. I hit the number of miles that I needed to get for the 2019 miles in 2019. That was the one goal that I made. My business goals, nope, didn't hit them. My, I wanted to lose 5 pounds in January. I didn't do that, which I'm 100% okay with, because I am serious when I say throw out that damn scale. I say it, I believe it, and I still have a scale in the bathroom, and I still get on it. But you know what? Obviously, with that many, I had 180 something miles that I logged. Obviously, my body's changing. I lost 0.2 pounds, but I lost a size. My skinny pants are getting too big. I mean, they're literally like, they're falling off my butt. Even my stretchy pants are getting too big. So I know my body's changing. So just don't get so wrapped up on all these goals. It's great to have them. It's great to be able to, reach for something. But again, I'm sitting here talking to you guys about them, and I met one of my goals for January of 2019. So don't be so hard on yourself, all right? All right, let's proceed. And then, okay, so another thing is if you hit a goal in a couple months, because we're going to break these down to just a few. We don't want you, like I said, you don't want to try to take on too much. But if you reach a goal in the next couple months, come back to these and add it. It's not like saying, all of 2019 is done. Like one of the examples or suggestions, last week was, okay, say you have a credit card, it's $2,000, you wanted to pay it off in 4 months. We talked about how we were going to make it a SMART goal and break it down, $500 a month. So obviously, if you do that, if you have a goal like that, in 4 months, you're going to achieve that, and you're going to need to pick up another goal. It's not just, woohoo, I met all my goals for 2019, right? You still have, 8 more months, so you can pick up another goal. So we're going to go for just, different goals. Obviously, my 2019 one for 2,000 miles in 2019, that one is for all year, but I broke it up based on the months, too. I knew exactly how many miles I needed to get each day, each month. Like, completely break it down. Okay, so now that we've got those and we've got the five categories and then the 4 questions after that, now I want you to answer this question, and this is a big one. Okay, so why do I want to reach this goal, and how will it make my life better? Trust me, you guys have all heard about the why, whether it be in business, your personal life, whatever. If you don't have a big enough why, you won't try hard enough. You just won't. And the more and more you dig down about what that why is, I can guarantee that almost 100% of the time, it's going to be a feeling. Why do you want to lose 10 pounds this year? Because I want to feel sexy. Or why do you want to pay off your credit cards? Because I wanna feel free. I want time freedom. There's almost always going to be a feeling based, if you get down to that why. If you really get down to the why, all the way deep down to the why. But the bigger your why, the harder you're going to work for it. I guarantee you. And just saying, like, I used to say my family was my why. That's why I have a side gig, or, that's why I do why I do certain things. That's not a big enough why. That's not a specific, it's a big why. I love that family of mine, and it means I want to provide for their college, and I don't want them stressed out, working too much, which is what happened to me in college. It gets deeper, but just saying that my family is my why, that's not my real why. It goes much deeper than that. Yes, Steph, better self-esteem. That will make you feel fabulous. You get it. You totally get it. We've talked a lot about this, and I know you get it. Okay, so now that you've got your why, we're going to go there. Okay, so then I want you to take the top one per category and focus on those. So like I said, if you didn't have one for every one of the categories, that's okay. If you only had 3, I really think 5 at this point is probably too many anyway. I would try to really focus. So we're going to say for February, right? Or maybe it'd only take you a week or whatever, but like I'm making mine for February. And so, maybe 2 or 3 for February is going to be enough. But at least you want the top 1 per category. So like I said, if you had all 5 categories, it's up to you. If you're a real good goal getter, maybe you could do all 5. But anyway, so just remember, but with the top 1 of each category. And then you're going to go from there. You're going to say why, how, and timeline. So why do you want, whichever one the number 1 of your finances was, I really want to pay off this credit card in the next 4 months. Why? What's that going to do for you? How are you going to do it? That's where we talked about, if you had that $2,000 one, I want to pay off a $2,000 credit card in the next 4 months. How? Okay, so I'm going to break it down. I'm going to pay $500 a month towards it for 4 months. And then obviously our timeline was the 4 months. So why, how, and timeline. If you said you wanted to lose 10 pounds in the next 6 to 9 months, okay, how are you going to do that? Are you going to implement more or different exercise? Again, one of the tips that I had the other day was you need to give your body different activity, just increasing your activity. You're like, oh my God, I've been doing Zumba for 4 years and my body's not changing. Yeah, your body's used to it. You've got to shock your body. Ed, it is a short month. You and I know that. We've got some big, huge goals, and February is a short month for us. But, so anyway, so how and why are you going to get there? If it's, like I said, if it's weight loss, are you going to add some, are you going to get on a workout program? Are you going to change the way you're eating? And like I said, the timeline. Maybe we talked about like a job interview. Maybe you've got a job interview coming up in a few months. And so you really need to work on your personal or your professional development so that you go into that interview, more prepared. Whatever it is, whatever your goals are, just remember. So we'll go over them real quick. I know, Ed, I know you can watch this replay, but you had said it was hard to type these fast enough. So number 1, we were going to break them down into 5 categories: professional development, personal development, health and fitness, hobbies, and finances. And then from there, you're going to ask each one of those goals that you wrote down, you're going to ask these 4 questions. Which goals would be easiest to achieve? Which goals would be most important to me? Which goals would improve my life the most? And which goals are most realistic? Because again, ultimately, we're going for SMART goals. It's an acronym. It's not me being sassy or whatever. It's an acronym. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So I hope this helps you guys. If you guys are getting value out of this, please feel free to type the word value, share it out to your friends, invite them to the live. But as always, I really hope, as I learn these things and I'm working on my own personal and professional development, I feel, I want to share and I want to give back and I want to help you guys. So like I said, if you're enjoying this series, please let me know so that we can keep doing them. If not, then I guess just don't hop on, right? So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic Saturday. I've already got my miles in for today. I got up, got on that treadmill, and I had to make up for yesterday. Yesterday was payroll Friday at work. So any of you who are local or work with me or whatever, you know what that means. That means I sat my butt at my desk. I did get up in the morning, got a little bit of the treadmill in, but you just literally sit almost all day. I even took my water to work, so I didn't take time to go get water at work. And anyway, and then I get off at 4 because I don't take a lunch, and I didn't want to do anything. Like your brain is like, there's a lot to it. And so if you ever have those, you know, those real brain jobs or whatever, real stressful kind of things, I totally believe it. Like my husband comes home and I know he's worked physically hard all day. And I remember when we were building houses, like what that physical, you know, job does to you too. And you come home and you just kind of want to sit. And for any of you who have that real, you know, brain job or whatever, it kind of can do the same thing. So anyway, I will be honest, I came home, I did absolutely nothing. I sat in that chair, I ate, because that was the first time I didn't have lunch, so I ate, and I thought, oh, I'll go do the treadmill, you know, here in a little bit, let my stomach settle. I didn't. So anyway, 100%, you know, accountability out there. So I went and I made it up today, and I got my steps in already for today. So anyway, oh, Ed, are you coming to SRC? Yes, let's do a live at SRC. I am super excited, you guys. We have so many great things happening in February. But I will be in Salt Lake for an entire week, for 5 days, so a week I'll be in Salt Lake. So I already wrote down how many steps, like normally that time period would be, and I'm going to try to get ahead because I know we rush from class to class and things like that, but I won't have time to get in, you know, my 5.53 miles a day. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great Saturday and a fabulous weekend. And, you know, you guys, tomorrow is Super Bowl. Drop down in the comments who you're going for. I'm not sure. I'm so torn because neither one of them are my team. I always want to go for the underdog, which I guess would be the Rams, just because the Patriots have won so many times. And I know this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. I am a Tom Brady fan. Tom Brady went to Michigan. He is my Michigan boy, one of the guys, you know, that went to Michigan. And I've always followed him. I love Gronk. Crazy old. If you ever watched Gronk on Family Feud, oh my gosh, he's hilarious. So I'm kind of torn. So I'm not really going to go for either team. I'm not going to any games or anything. Dave's got to work. He was sweet enough to, Ed, you're a Rams. Okay. Yeah, Dave's gonna work for a guy who really wanted off for Super Bowl, and like I said, we don't really care. Broncos aren't in it or anything like that, so I'll be watching it. But I whether I'll be watching it from the treadmill or sitting, I'm not sure. But you're not watching stuff. You would go for the Rams, yeah. I don't know if I'm watching. I'm not. Like I said, I guess we watch it for the commercials if you're not really in it, right? So anyway. All right, we'll go Rams, I guess. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know who to go for. But anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic. I know what I'm going for. You know what I'm going for? I'm going for the score. I am in multiple. What are they called? Whatever they're called. Multiple things where I put money in, and you know, I can't think of the word, you guys. But I'm in those, and it's all based upon the score. So that's all I'm going to be going for. There's going to be me at the end of each quarter, like wanting it to be the certain number, right? So I can win some money. So. That's all I really care about tomorrow. All right, well, and don't eat too much. Hopefully you've got your carb blocker. Stephanie, I know you got yours, because I know tomorrow's going to be a hard carb day with all those parties and stuff to go to. But yeah, oh yeah, Steph, who's the halftime show? I don't even know. I haven't been paying attention. So, all right, well, you guys have a fantastic Super Bowl weekend.